Hello, how are we doing? Um, yeah, it's that time again, isn't it? Homebrew Wednesday number for Sam. Right, what have I got here then? Well, this is a bottled Cascarillo amber ale. As you can see, it's dark amber. There's quite a lot of sediment at the bottom though, as you can see there. I don't know why really. I use liquid malt extract. I suspect some of that might be hoppage, but this is the last dregs, basically. The last bottle. So it's tight, it's carbonating. Hopefully that will turn out alright. What's in here? Well, I'll tell you, shall I? Being as you asked me so nicely. We've got 3 kilograms of Cooper's Amber Malt Extract. That's 2 tins, two 1.5 kg tins. 50 grams of Amarillo, 50 grams of Cascade. I used Mexican yeast in this instance, and I lagered it. Yeah, at lager temperatures, so we're talking 10 degrees, something like that. Obviously once it's finished carbonating, all of those bottles will go back in the fridge at a really low temperature to do the proper lagering stage. So hopefully that will turn out alright. Don't know really, all you can do is give it a go. Also, look, see at the bottom there, they're all yeasties. This is my old Rosie experiment, folks. That needs to be bottled today. It's finished. It's quite cloudy, as you would expect. I've got to bottle that today. I started off with a small amount of apple juice, and then I left it for a couple of days to grow up, and then I poured off the apple juice and replaced it with some fresh, and kept doing that 3 or 4 times, increasing the amount of apple juice I added. Slowly but surely. You have to do it that way with the old Rosie yeast, because there's not an awful lot of it in the bottles when you buy your old Rosie. So you have to be slow but sure, folks. I've been pulled up on the number of times I say folks, by the way, so I'm going to stop saying that from now on. Now I'm not going to say oh bugger. Yeah, so the old Rosie, you need to do it slowly and surely. That way you're guaranteed to get a decent yield out of your yeast, and also you'll get a decent cider. I did speak to Westerns. Yeah, there have been loads of questions over what type of yeast is used in the old Rosie, and I'm here to tell you they have told me that it's in their words, a type of white wine yeast. They won't tell me what type, and they won't tell me what make. All they would tell me is it's a white wine yeast, which I was, not overly surprised about, but I was hoping that it would be a cider yeast, but there you go. It just goes to show, doesn't it? So it's a white wine yeast in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to siphon off the bulk of that into bottles today, leave the yeast cake at the bottom. I was thinking about washing it, but I think the first time around I'm just gonna chuck some apple juice over it and let it kick off again. I think it will be okay for maybe 2 or 3 goes of that, just chucking apple juice over the top of it, and then we'll probably have to wash it. I don't know whether I'm going to keep it or not, in all honesty. I don't know whether I'm going to wash it or just chuck it. I don't know yet, because I've still got my WLP 775. I've got so much of that, and I've got a fridge full of yeast, and I don't really have much room to keep any more yeast in the fridge. So I'm a bit sort of in 2 minds at the moment. So I'll see how I feel. I mean, I've got a bottle out obviously today, and I'll chuck some more apple juice over the top and see how that kicks off. But you know, playing it by ear really. Don't really know what I'm going to do with it just yet, but you can, you know, save the yeast if you want to. It is doable. You just need to do it in small amounts and get it on a stir, definitely on a stir plate really, the old Rosie, I think. It's the only way you can guarantee a decent yield off of it, because the yeast is so minimal in the bottles. You only get a small amount of it, and yeah, you wanna grow it up as much as you can. But what you've got to remember, regardless as to whether it's a white wine yeast or any other type of yeast, that yeast has been used in a cider. So the yeast is going to have the properties of that cider within it, because it's already been used, regardless as to whether it's a white wine yeast or not. So it will have old Rosie properties. So hopefully it will be an okay cider. I will be carbonating it. I know old Rosie traditionally is flat, but I like my ciders fizzy. Call me old fashioned. I like my ciders fizzy. And yeah, but it's a personal preference, isn't it? It's up to you. I did it over the course of a week. I did 2 days, and then another 2 days, and then another 2 days, and then I just left it. And it didn't take long to ferment towards the end. You're looking at a 4.5% cider, which is absolutely fine, isn't it, really? You can put more sugar in there if you want, but I don't do that anymore, because I find the more sugar you put in there, the less flavour you get out of it, and it just goes dry anyway. The cider will be less appley. There'll be less of an apple taste in there, and you'd just be basically drinking alcohol, and you might as well just drink vodka or something, you know. It's just I don't understand the people that make 10% ciders expecting it to taste like cider, because it won't. It's just going to be dry as hell. But you know, it's a personal preference, isn't it? You know, this is what oh, sorry. This is what brewing is all about, isn't it? You know, finding your own style and whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm looking forward to oh, I went a bit up in the air then, didn't I? I'm looking forward to trying this. I've not done a beer before just from liquid malt extract, and this is that beer. It's definitely an ale, even though I've done it at lager temperatures. It'll be more ale-y, I expect, than lagery, because of the hops we've used. But I'm sure it'll be fine, and I don't know why there is such an amount of sediment in there. But that'd be fine. Once we lager it, 6 degrees, something like that, for a few weeks, that'll settle at the bottom, and when we pour it, we just have to be careful that we don't get the sediment in our glass, won't we? That's all I've got to say for this week, really. Nothing else going on, really. What's going on job wise, I'm still searching. It's getting me down, but what can you do? I've got the house to myself this week. I'm on my own. The girls have left me and gone to camp for a week, so I'm not really used to having the house to myself. It's very quiet at the moment, and I'm not used to it. So yeah, a little bit weird, but you know, it's alright, innit? I can just potter around and do my own thing. I've got a cat to keep me company, even though she only pops down when it's feeding time. She'll run around my legs and meow at me. Can you feed me, please? Oh, all right then. And then she buggers off, because cats sleep most of the time anyway, don't they? You only see them a couple of hours a day if you're lucky. So, dear folks. Oh, I said folks again. Oh shit. I'm so tired. This weather is ridiculously draining, isn't it? It's been hot for over a month now. We've had storms with thunderstorms. We've had pretty bad thunderstorms. In fact, there was a house not so far away from here that got struck by lightning, and the roof basically went up in flames, and they were lucky to get out. It's quite scary, really. We had a crack of thunder right above our house, and I thought the house was gonna fall over or something. It was, the whole house just vibrated. It was bloody scary, I don't mind telling you. But hopefully that'll be the last of the storms. It's just so humid, and humidity just drains you, doesn't it? When it's humid all the time, you just end up walking around like a zombie. You're always tired, and at the moment that's how I feel. I'm just tired and ratty at the moment because I haven't got the energy to be anything else. I would have had a show for you today, people, but you know, you have to take me as you find me, don't you? I haven't really got any other sort of homebrewy type things to say to you. I think I mentioned on last week's Homebrew Wednesday video, I won't be kicking off any more brews for a while, so these are going to die down. I haven't really got any room in the shed to put any more beer. I've just got too much beer and not enough time to drink it. Well, I've got enough time to drink it, but I'll just be drinking all the time, and that's no good, is it? So I'm going to run these down a bit for the course of the next few weeks. I might disappear for a month or two, I don't know. We'll see how we go. I'll probably get fed up and you'll see me again next week talking shit on here, but you know how things go. Sometimes you just get sick of it and you go, oh, I just need a break, and that's how I feel at the moment. So hopefully these the cider, the Old Rosie cider and the amber ale will come out alright. I don't know, I don't know until I try them, really. I'm sure the cider will be fine. This one, it should be okay. I mean, it's just, you know, malt extract and hops, which is beer, isn't it, really? I mean, it is definitely carbonating, and I've only had it in the bottle for a day. So actually a couple of days, but I am surprised by the amount of sediment at the bottom. I've never really seen that amount of sediment, and I wouldn't be as surprised if I used dry malt extract, because obviously dry malt extract doesn't always dissolve properly when you're doing a beer, but liquid malt extract, I don't know. I've not done a liquid malt extract beer before, so I don't know. But I don't care, you know, it will sit at the bottom of the bottle and we'll leave it in there when we pour anyway, so I'm not overly concerned. Hopefully it will taste alright, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? So that's all for me for this week's Happy Homebrew Wednesdays. Till the next time I see you, wherever and whenever that will be. Hope you have a nice time, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ta.